The tomb world of Xylos, a forgotten jewel in the grim darkness of the far future. For millennia, it slumbered, a silent testament to the Necrons' ancient reign. But whispers, carried on the solar winds, spoke of a plague, a corruption unlike any other, festering within its metallic heart. My squad, the 5th Company of the Ultramarines, received orders: investigate and eliminate the threat. We knew little, save for the chilling reports reports of Necrons twisted beyond recognition, their metallic bodies contorted in agony, their minds fractured by something ancient and malevolent. We were prepared for the cold, unyielding might of the Necrontyr, but not for the horror that awaited us within Xylos' obsidian depths. The initial assault was brutal. Waves of Necrons, their usual chilling efficiency replaced by frenzied attacks, swarmed our positions. Their movements were erratic, their weaponry wielded with a chaotic fury that defied their mechanical nature. We fought with the grim determination honed in 1,000 battles, but something was wrong, fundamentally wrong. The air itself hummed with a malevolent energy, a palpable dread that seeped into our very bones. It was clear these weren't simply malfunctioning robots. They were victims of something far more sinister. This wasn't just a malfunction, this was a curse. Deeper we ventured into Xylos' labyrinthine interior, our advance marked by the ghastly sight of the Necron plague. Mountains of twisted metal, once proud warriors, now lay in piles of rusted decay, their forms contorted into grotesque parodies of their former selves. The silence was almost more terrifying than the fighting. A heavy, oppressive silence broken only by the groans of the afflicted Necrons. We felt the ancient malice, a suffocating weight that pressed down on our souls, twisting our resolve with doubt. The air itself felt sick, poisoned by ages of silent suffering. We discovered the source of the plague. An ancient glyph, a malevolent symbol etched deep within the tomb's heart. It pulsed with a sickly green light, radiating an aura of unspeakable pain and decay. This was no mere malfunction, it was a curse, a deliberate act of ancient Necron sorcery gone horribly wrong, a ritual of unimaginable cruelty. The very fabric of reality seemed to fray around it, warped by the sheer power of the malediction. It was a chilling testament to the horrors that the Necrons themselves could unleash. The fight intensified. These were not the disciplined warriors we were accustomed to facing. These Necrons fought with a desperate, almost animalistic ferocity, their metallic forms contorted in impossible angles. Their attacks were less strategic, more instinctual, born of pure, unadulterated pain. We fought our way through wave after wave, our boulder fire cutting down the corrupted Necrons. Yet the numbers seemed endless, spawning from the very fabric of the tomb itself. The curse seemed to fuel them, defying even the most determined onslaught. We pushed further, deeper, into the heart of the tomb, our numbers dwindling with each passing moment. The sheer weight of the curse pressed down on us, making each step feel like an eternity. We discovered the remains of canoptic constructs, their complex machinery corroded and twisted, evidence of the curse's ancient power. It wasn't just affecting the Necrons. It was corrupting the very essence of their technology, twisting it into something monstrous, something far beyond simple decay. Finally, we reached the epicenter. A massive obelisk, pulsing with a terrifying emerald light. It was the source of the malediction, the heart of the corruption. The air crackled with raw power, and the very ground seemed to tremble under its influence. We knew destroying it was our only chance to end the plague, but we also knew the risk. Destroying something this ancient and powerful could have unforeseen consequences. A desperate gamble to end the suffering of these tormented warriors. With a heavy heart, we unleashed our most powerful weapons. Melta blasts tore through the air, striking the obelisk with furious intensity. The resulting explosion shook the very foundations of the tomb, a cataclysmic event that tore through the ancient structure. The emerald light flickered and faded, the oppressive aura lifting like a shroud. The groaning of the afflicted Necrons ceased, a sudden, eerie silence settling over the shattered chamber. The immediate threat was over. The curse was broken. The silence was different now, heavy with the weight of what we had witnessed, the cost of our victory. The tomb remained, a graveyard of twisted metal and ancient horrors, a testament to the enduring cruelty of the warp and the chilling power of the Necron's own forbidden knowledge. We withdrew, leaving behind a tomb forever changed, carrying with us the memories of a battle fought not against an army, but against a curse itself. Xylos remained a silent monument to an ancient tragedy, a reminder of the darkness that lurks even within the cold, calculating hearts of the Necrontyr. And although the immediate threat was over, the lingering sense of dread, the echoes of silent agony, remained, a chilling reminder of the horrors we had witnessed, and the price we had paid to end them. The galaxy remains a grim and unforgiving place, even in the face of victory. The whispers started subtly, carried on the wind that howled across the desolate plains of Xylos, a world once vibrant, now choked by the dust of ages and the chilling presence of a Necron Tomb World. Explorers, driven by greed or a thirst for forbidden knowledge, had stumbled upon it, a testament to an empire long gone. But this wasn't just any tomb world. This was a place marked by something far older, something far more sinister. A malediction, a curse woven into the very fabric of the planet, clung to Xylos, twisting the metallic echoes of the Necrons into something truly horrifying. The explorers, initially drawn by the promise of untold treasures, found themselves grappling with a horror far beyond their comprehension. Their equipment malfunctioned, their minds frayed, their very souls threatened by the insidious power that held the planet captive. The first signs were subtle, flickering lights, whispers in the static of their comms, a creeping sense of dread that settled upon them like a shroud. Then came the malfunctions. Lasguns jammed, power armor flickered, and their advanced technology, meant to conquer the galaxy, proved utterly useless against the insidious energies of Xylos. The Necron constructs themselves seemed a euro different. Their movements were erratic, their purpose unclear. Were they guardians of the curse, or were they, too, victims of this ancient malediction? The explorers were quickly losing their grip on sanity, their optimistic expedition descending into a desperate struggle for survival. The deeper they ventured into the necropolis, the more evident the curse became. The metallic structures themselves were twisted and corrupted, warped by an unseen force. Strange, black vines, pulsating with an unnatural energy, snaked across the landscape, devouring the very metal of the Necrons. These weren't the disciplined ranks of a mighty empire. This was a grotesque parody, a testament to the relentless power of the ancient malediction. The explorers felt a crushing weight of despair, the realization dawning that they might never escape this desolate tomb. One by one, the explorers succumbed to the curse. Their minds shattered, their bodies ravaged by a creeping decay. They became broken husks, mirroring the corrupted Necron structures around them. The curse didn't just kill, it twisted, it corrupted. It turned its victims into something else. Something that echoed the horrifying whispers that haunted the desolate landscapes. The lone survivor, hardened by years of warfare, found himself grappling not only with the physical horrors of Xylos but with the crushing weight of isolation and despair. He discovered that the malediction wasn't merely a curse. It was a parasitic entity, feeding on the life force of the Necrons and the planet itself, twisting both into a horrifying mockery of their former glory. The Necron Lord's decaying flesh, visible beneath cracked metal, spoke volumes of its insidious influence, suggesting a long and agonizing process of corruption. The explorer began to understand the true nature of the horror he faced while a struggle against a cosmic parasite, a fight for his very soul against an ancient evil. The weight of the malediction pressed down on him, a tangible force threatening to crush his will. He was surrounded by twisted remnants of a once powerful army, now mere puppets of the parasitic entity. Hope seemed lost. Escape was a distant dream, a mere flicker in the overwhelming darkness that encompassed Xylos. The vastness of the necropolis pressed in on him, its silent corridors echoing with the whispers of madness and despair. But even in the deepest despair, a flicker of hope remained. He stumbled upon an ancient obelisk, covered in glyphs that seemed to hum with a power that clashed with the malediction. This was something older, something that predated even the Necrons, a relic of a forgotten age, a possible key to understanding, and perhaps, breaking the curse. The explorer, driven by a newfound determination, began to decipher the strange symbols, his mind racing with the weight of his discovery. The glyphs revealed a ritual, a counter-curse designed to weaken the parasitic entity. It required immense energy, and the risks were immense. But the explorer, fueled by a desperate hope and a fierce will to survive, decided to attempt the ritual. As he performed the ancient rite, the obelisk pulsed with blinding light, pushing back the tendrils of corruption and restoring a fragment of order to the necropolis. The air crackled with power, the very essence of Xylos shifting. The ritual was a partial success. The malediction was weakened, but not destroyed. Xylos was still a dangerous place, a chilling testament to the power of ancient curses and the insidious nature of cosmic entities. The explorer escaped with his life, carrying with him the haunting memories of a world consumed by darkness and the knowledge of a power far older than the Necrons. He carried with him a warning of the terrifying things lurking in the shadows of the galaxy, waiting to corrupt and consume. Xylos remained, a scar upon the galaxy, a reminder of the terrifying power of ancient curses and the resilience of the human spirit. The explorer's tale served as a cautionary legend, a chilling echo of a world consumed by darkness and the desperate struggle for survival against forces beyond human comprehension. The faint light from the obelisk, a beacon of hope amidst the desolation, was a reminder that even in the darkest corners of the universe, there can still be a fight for survival and the faint possibility of redemption. The silence was deafening, broken only by the whisper of wind across the skeletal remains of a once great city. This was Xylos, a world consumed by the silent, cold embrace of the Necrons. My squad, the remnants of the Ultramarine 7th Company, had been sent to investigate rumors of a powerful artifact within a particularly ancient tomb world. We'd lost many already to the silent, swift death dealt by the Necrons, but hope, thin and fragile as it was, still flickered within us. The whispers had spoken of a malediction, an ancient curse clinging to this tomb like a shroud. A curse that twisted even the Necrons themselves, turning them into something worse. We breached the tomb's outer walls. The air itself felt wrong, heavy with the scent of ozone and decay. Inside, we found not the sleek, efficient warriors of the Necron dynasties, but twisted parodies. Their bodies, once polished obsidian, were now rested and scarred, their movements jerky, spasmodic. Their eyes, if they could even be called eyes, glowed with an unnatural, sickly green light. They weren't simply fighting us, they seemed to be fighting something within themselves, a maddening, internal struggle. Their weaponry was malfunctioning, their movements clumsy, yet their rage was undeniable. Deeper we went, into the heart of the tomb. The glyphs on the walls pulsed with that same sickening green light, whispering promises of oblivion and power in a language older than humanity itself. We discovered the source, a massive, obsidian obelisk at the chamber's center, radiating the malevolent energy that corrupted the Necrons. It throbbed with a dark, ancient power, the very essence of the malediction. It felt ancient, primordial, a force that defied comprehension. Brother Captain Remus, our leader, a veteran of countless battles, was shaken. This wasn't just a Necron threat. It was something far more insidious, something that twisted even the cold, unfeeling logic of the Necrons into a grotesque mockery of life. He knew, instinctively, that destroying the obelisk was the only way to end the curse, but approaching it felt like walking into a maw of consuming darkness. We fought our way through waves of these corrupted Necrons, their attacks becoming more frantic, more desperate with each passing moment. It was a battle fought not only against the Necrons but against the very air we breathed, the palpable weight of the malediction pressing down on us. We were succumbing to it, the whispers creeping into our minds, their insidious influence eating away at our resolve. Remus, fueled by a grim determination, pushed forward. The closer he got to the obelisk, the more intense the psychic assault became, a torrent of maddening whispers assaulting our minds. The corrupted Necrons fought harder than ever, driven by the same chaotic force that twisted their minds. With a final, desperate act of defiance, Remus unleashed a volley of bolter rounds into the heart of the obelisk. The result was cataclysmic. The obelisk shattered, unleashing a wave of pure, chaotic energy that ripped through the tomb. The corrupted Necrons crumbled to dust. Their torment finally ended. The immediate threat was over, but the silence was heavy with the echoes of our struggle. The tomb, once a testament to a cruel and ancient power, now fell into a quiet desolation. The curse was broken, but the cost had been high. We emerged from the tomb, battered and broken, but alive. The experience had left its mark on us all, a reminder of the truly ancient and terrifying evils that lurked in the grim darkness of the far future, evils that even the Necrons could not escape. Xylos remained, a grim monument to the malediction's end. The whispers might have ceased, but the memory of the ancient curse, and the terrifying things it had unleashed, would forever remain etched in our minds, a stark reminder of the horrors that lie hidden in the shadows of the galaxy. The Imperium's enemies are many and varied, But few possessed the terrifying power to twist even the seemingly unyielding Necrons into instruments of its dark will.